Hello and welcome to another edition of Las Vegas Pitch Presents. Today we have some super fun guests. Can't wait to get into our discussion. We've got Emily and Joe DiRaffaele, the father-daughter team, dynamic duo. And we're going to talk all about what's going on in their world, what's going on in the real estate side. And welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you coming here. So I want to just dive right in and just see, Emily, how is it working with your dad? How does that work?
Oh, where do I
You
start?
gotta really take care of him, don't you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like babysitting.
It's like babysitting.
No, it's great, really.
Yeah. How did you decide to get into the real estate?
Honestly, I boycotted it for a really long time, being like a teenager, like I don't want to do what my parents want to do.
Uh-huh.
But my entire life, I've grown up around realtors, and whether I wanted to or not, I was always learning it. And I started shadowing him quite a bit and realized, I actually really like this. I had already had so much knowledge from growing up around everybody. I was like, I might as well put it to good use. And
so you probably have like 12, 15 years experience without even having 12, 15
really
years experience.
realizing that I was doing it. Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Joe, you wanted her to come in, or was it a choice? Was it a like you kind of reeled her in, or what?
Honestly, I didn't want anything for either her or her brother. I just want them to be happy. And I knew she had a talent for it. She's got a great eye, first of all. I think she was probably 5 years old, and I came out dressed to go to a meeting one day, and she's like, "Dad, you're not wearing that, are you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Come on, let me help you." And I'm looking at this little 5-year-old, and the rest of the day I got compliments from everybody about
okay. So Emily
went.
knows her stuff. She's got style. Yeah, well, you can tell she's got the style.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Then we were doing we've done flip properties, and we were at one of the older homes in one of the more historic neighborhoods, and we were just struggling with how to make it fit. And Emily's just standing there. She goes, can we remove this wall? And I was like, and the contractor looks at it and he goes, yeah, actually that would change everything. And as soon as they opened that wall up, I was like, holy cow. So yeah, it's in her blood.
So vision, you kind of have that vision. Yeah, a lot of people, and that's hard with real estate. People sometimes can't walk into a property and visualize what it could be. They walk in and they see what it is, but they can't see what it could be. So do you feel like you have that vision?
I do.
That you can see?
I think I'm a tough critic. And so I look at things and it's like, what can I do to make that better? And I look at everything and I see the potential that it has rather than what it is sometimes. So yeah, I think that's a lot of what I do.
And you guys are on social, and there's another part of the team, right? Your brother on the back end.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a little more of the back end completely. It's not his gig to do sales, and he's wicked smart as far as technology goes. He finds most of what we do to be pretty rudimentary and basic, but it makes it a lot easier for the two of us. And there is a fourth member, and that's my wife.
And your wife.
Yeah. She does all our commercial clients and business on that end.
So where do you guys see the market going, Joe? You've been doing this for 30 plus years. You've been here, you've seen ups and downs and all around. Where would you kind of rate the market right now?
I mean, it's definitely cooled off a little bit, which is a good thing. Affordability becomes an issue when price keeps pushing. Everybody's rooting for lower interest rates, and I can understand why. The problem with that is that continues to push price more and more and more. Biggest challenge that we have in Southern Nevada right now is a lack of land. At the current pace we're building at, we will be out of any kind of reasonably significant sized pieces of land within 8 years.
Oh, within 8 years.
Yeah.
Now, but that assumes that the BLM would release land?
So BLM has been releasing land. They do it every year. They do their auctions. One of the downsides to their auctions is there's two major players in town that gobble up most of the land, and then your public home builders will work with them to acquire that land. There's not enough BLM land. It's the sphere outside the BLM land, which is actually controlled by the federal government. And there's been multiple attempts to pass a lands bill, which would allow the federal government to release land back to the state, which then they can use, similar to how BLM is doing it. But like most things in politics, it's a lot easier said than actually completed.
Yeah. So, because I haven't been here that long. I've been here like almost 7 years, but
Mhm.
long enough, right?
Yep.
And I see the corridor going up through the 95 and all the way out that
Yeah.
area. And then I see going back to California down to Jean and all that. So I kind of look at it and I go, well, there's definitely places to grow, but a lot of that is just not available.
Yeah, it's federal land, and it takes an act of Congress, or in this case, people signing off on a bill that says, yeah, we're going to go ahead and give X, thousands of acres back to the state to then use to be able to drive the economy.
And when you say an act of Congress, you literally mean an act of Congress. And so I can see that. So Emily, what do you like most about what you do in real estate?
Honestly, I love meeting new people, and I love helping new people. It feels like, I would say it's like a dating app, kind of like matchmaking, but for people with houses.
Mhm.
I really, really enjoy meeting somebody, getting to know what it is that they want, and finding their like perfect match for them. It really warms my heart when I'm able to put a family into a home.
So if someone comes to you and it's a home buyer, where do you start with them?
A lot of times it's financials. We start with financials. Got to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Pre-approved
Oh, yeah.
through a gentleman like me, right?
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
And then we start having a conversation of, what are the things that are really important? You're not going to budge on those things that you want. What are the needs? And then what are the things that you want in a home?
Mhm.
There's a big difference between what you need in a home versus what you want. And then we start digging, start searching, and sending them as many properties as we can find that we think would be a good fit for them. And then there we are. We go and look at 20 houses a day. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
So identifying each and the area, the
Mhm.
homes, the size, the price, and you just kind of narrow it down to the right property.
Yeah, exactly.
And Joe, have been doing this for a long time. You've sold homes, you've flipped homes, you've moved into some other fun stuff. What are some of the things that you're involved in right now?
Oh man, development partnership. We're building apartments. We opened up 157 unit affordable housing apartment development in North Las Vegas. We're about to break ground on a 75 unit affordable senior project.
Okay.
We just finished a capital raise for a affordable workforce project. That one's still probably 3 years out,
Mhm.
but first got to acquire the land, get all the planning done. So that's it on the development. Still very involved day to day on the real estate side. It's a passion.
Yeah.
Much like Emily, I love helping people that are in whatever circumstance, whether it be a difficult circumstance or an exciting circumstance where they're changing a chapter in their life, and we've got to help them navigate it. The thing that we work to focus on for our clients is we want to make this as hassle-free for you as possible.
Mhm.
If you're looking for somebody that you can just hand everything over and not have to worry about the details, that's our strength. We read every document, we've navigated. I've done almost 4,000 sales now
Okay.
here in the
We
Valley.
had helped a few people get into
Yes,
homes.
yeah. So, I like to say we're the professional. While you're busy doing your career, we'll manage everything A to Z for you.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, I love what you guys are doing every week. You guys are very research oriented. Look at the market. Tell us a little bit about what the market's doing with inventory, and where is it going up? Is it going down? Where do you see it going in the next, year or so?
Yeah, certainly in this past couple of weeks since the rates have dropped, that we're seeing a lot of buyers coming out. So homes are coming on the market again, and they're going away pretty quickly. We slowed down there for a little while over the summer. Homes were sitting there for a little bit, but we're definitely starting to pick up quite a bit more.
Yeah, the most recent market update, we watched the inventory go from about 2 months supply to we're 3 months supply in single family homes, 3.4 months supply in condos and townhomes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect that to turn on a dime in the next couple months. Obviously, as you know better than anybody, rates will determine the beginning of the year. And, economically, it looks like the rates should come down further. We're in the election time period, so everybody's freaking out. But my expectations is the market will heat back up in 2025.
Yeah, I think the rates did drop down, got pretty close to 6%.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I think that those buyers started to come into the marketplace.
Again,
Yep.
yeah.
And it looks to me like that could be the tipping point of more people coming in, maybe thawing out. I'd love to get your opinion on that, thawing out some of the people that are stuck in their home, if
Yep.
you will, and potentially use the equity to get into a new home. Have you found that at all with buyers basically trying to move into something like maybe their house was perfect when they bought it, but they didn't have any kids, and now they have 3 kids and they have to get a little bit more space?
Yeah,
Are you seeing that type of buyer come in?
we see it on both sides. We see the family that is expanding, and now they're kind of crammed in. But when you're sitting on 2.5% to 3.5% interest rate, just buying the same price range home, your payment doubles. So people are reluctant to that. We've also got a number of clients where their kids have now aged out. And they've got a very big house that they're like, what are we doing bumping around this empty space? And rates coming down, my expectations are in 2025, that should unlock a lot of those people to get off the sideline.
Yeah, it's interesting because we went down to about that 6, and now it's almost like 6.9, thereabouts, just in about the last 3 weeks. And it's just, the rates are so unpredictable. And I've been doing this 30 plus years too. It's like, wow, it's, we'll never get down, in my opinion, down into the 3s again.
No.
But I think if we can, really level out at that 6%, if we touch below 6%, I think that'll be a really active time for everybody. And how do you see, Emily, the market with Las Vegas? I know we've had so many ups and downs and twists and turns over the years that your dad went through. But what do you see it stabilizing a little bit because of the economy being a little bit more robust?
Yeah, I see it because we have so many people constantly moving to Vegas that it's always going to be ever changing. No matter what, Vegas, Henderson, we're a hub. There's always going to be people coming in. It's never really going to slow down. Yeah.
And it stays strong. Do you see that, the ups and the downs and the crashes that Las Vegas used to have? Will that happen again?
Well, I mean, obviously nobody has a crystal ball of whether or not that would or would not happen. The big thing we got to track is opportunity, right? So opportunity to live in a lower cost state, right? No taxes on income. That is a big, big deal for a lot of people, especially as they get up there in age. And then lifestyle. You got weather and you've got entertainment. So if you're somebody that's looking for that, Vegas has it. And instead of traveling to go to those things, you can drive right down the street. And those are very appealing. A lot of our clients that are moving from outside of state, those are the main factors that are driving them here.
Yeah.
As long as we, as a state, keep our eye on the prize and keep that as an opportunity, I think we're going to be just fine.
And I think also the sports teams coming in, that has really attracted a lot of, it's put Vegas on the map. And we also potentially have Hollywood East moving here with some of that stuff happening. So I think that could be kind of cool as well. So I feel the economy here is very strong. Certainly it's based on the entertainment industry, but I think that we're the hub of the entertainment industry. So have you been to the Sphere?
I haven't. I hate
haven't
to say
either.
it, but I haven't.
Yeah.
No.
I have.
You have? You didn't? Hey, wait a minute. You didn't take Emily?
I wasn't invited.
A good buddy of mine who's one of the executives at one of the casinos on the Strip called me up short notice. He says, hey, I've got an extra ticket for U2. I know you're a U2 fan. Do you want to join me tonight? And I'm like, I'm there.
I'm there. Yeah.
Tremendous venue. The problem, and this is a problem, you go see a band you love there, it's going to be very difficult to go see them somewhere else because not only is the music spectacular, the sound is, the best sound system I've ever heard. And then they bring in that visual aspect throughout the entire event. So your senses are getting stimulated on every turn.
Yeah, I can't wait. So Emily and I will go without
Yeah,
you.
well, you're not invited.
Yeah, next time you have to invite her. All right, so 2025 predictions. I'm going to go with Emily first, and then I'll go to you, Joe. What do you see the market doing in 2025?
I do see the rates climbing in the beginning of the year. I think heading into January months, I think it's going to climb. I think no matter what, people are always going to keep moving here. So I think it's just going to be more and more population. We look at a lot of new builds a lot of the time, and the trend for new builds is 3-story homes. So I think that's going to continue into 2025. Also, a trend for new builds is smaller yard space and focuses on community space. So a lot more builds with community pools, community tennis courts, just spaces like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. And Joe, how about you?
I think when we look at historical cycles, I think Emily is correct in the sense that January tends to be one of our softer months of the year. A typical buyer demand does not return typically until about March.
Right.
So January will be softer as February. The expectations are by that point, rates should start to fall their way back down. But she's 100% right on the new home trends. We go out and we tour affordability, right? That's a big thing, not just here locally, but nationally.
Mm-hmm.
The way you get affordability when land prices are as high as they are is you got to go vertical, and lot space becomes a premium. I don't anticipate that changing one bit.
Yeah. And hopefully we will continue to have the new build as well, because that also drives the resale down the road. So it's just a matter of just, having enough homes for the people that are moving here. And I love Las Vegas. I know my friend over here, Robert, is huge on Las Vegas. So it's a lot of fun. We're sold. So anyways, well, thank you guys very much for joining us today on Las Vegas Pitch. And we'll see you next time on Las Vegas Pitch Presents. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.